the top three reasons why people are stuck, right? And I've seen this a lot in my journey where, you know, I came to a point where I was stuck after 8 months. And this is a journey to recovery from chronic illness. From, with me, I had 75 symptoms plus, and anxiety, post traumatic stress, OCD looping thoughts, panic attacks, depression, intrusive thoughts, you know, all the gut issues. I had two safe foods, a bunch of physical symptoms. So physical and mental symptoms were a shit show, right? So the chronic illness, a lot of the chronic illness symptoms that people get, I had, felt like almost all of them, right? And I fully recovered. It took me 3 years, right? But I had some obstacles to get through, and I saw this also with other people. So I overcame my obstacles, but I also noticed that other people were stuck longer and are still stuck, right? They're still stuck. And this is where, when I had to jump ship, I took a brain retraining course. It was DNRS. I was doing good for the first 8 months, and then I had to jump ship because I was stuck. And, a lot of the people in there were very helpful. A lot of the gurus that were there for like 5 years before it, and I just started. I was like, what's going on? I don't know anything, right? And they're guiding me. They're helping me, which is amazing. Great community. And then, you know, a little bit after I left, most of these people were still, I was recovered, and most of these people were still looping and dealing with triggers and, right, they were stuck. They were not moving forward. And there's other people that were like, I've been doing this work for 6 to 8 years, right? Some people longer, and they were still stuck. And it was almost turned into a bit of it's a little bit sad because they're holding on to the methods that were not working, but they didn't want to leave because it's too triggering, because it's all you have left. It's the only, you think it's the only way. It's brain retraining, right? It's mind body, but you can do it wrong too, even though you found the mind body stuff. And this is what I see when I deal with people that come to me, because I've been through it, right? That are stuck. And I can usually tell, right, when people start talking, or their email, or just, you can hear them talking, or you read their comments, and you're like, well, look at your comment. You have like 18 different words that represent danger, and I survived through it, and then I had to try to get rid of it, and I wasn't feeling good, and then finally I felt better, and then I had 2 weeks where I felt good, and then blah 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 blah, and it's still here. I'm trying to get rid of it; it won't go away. Like right there, there's 18 different red flags that tell me, well, no wonder why you're stuck. I see it all the time, and I wonder, some of these coaches, even some of these big time gurus out there that are teaching this stuff, that have the biggest programs out there. I think some of these people that are running these big programs, I have to question if they are fully recovered. I don't think so. And a lot of these coaches out there, they're especially in the DNRS, the DNRS coaches, they don't really know what they're doing. They're just regurgitating, right? And half of them don't know how they recovered. They don't really understand it. They think they do. So people are just kind of, blind leading the blind. Most of them aren't recovered, and they're trying to help people, which is nice to help people, but they're giving people advice, and a lot of it is bullshit, right? A lot of fix it advice, right? If you got to do any sort of eye movement type of exercises, right? Yeah, you got to move your eyes, and then This recalibrates and it brings down the nervous system calms down when you do this eye movement, right? Or I had this one chick, she had this mast cell activation program. This is when didn't know what the hell was going. I didn't know anything about mind body shit. So I tried this. It's called, I think it was 180 mast cell activation healing. It was horrible. I think I only paid $80, which is great. There's there's so much other shit that costs a lot more. And she in her program, she makes you go like this, because that brings down the nervous system, and then the mast cell activation starts to calm down, and you're able to, right? And then they got you on all these supplements. Oh, what a shit show. So anyway, let's get back to the topic. Here are the main reasons why people are stuck. It's because they're resisting. Number one, they're resisting their thoughts. They're trying to get rid of them. They're trying to distract, right? This is the classic, right? What you resist, right? When you resist something, what you resist persists, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So when you tell them an alarm or a liger, when you go like this, the brain goes, yeah, that's dangerous. Let's keep that alarm on. Let's magnify it and zoom it out. So that's all you see, right? Because you're telling the brain, yes, that's dangerous. What, that? Let's zoom it out. And that's all you see, because it wants you to see the danger so you can see the intruder and go, that's dangerous. We got to do something about that. We got to get rid of it. We got to, right? And the brain is there to support you. Of course, it's going to be there. And then you feel the alarms of the danger. So what people are doing still, when they have a thought that they don't like, they survive through it. They distract. They try to avoid it, right? And they resist it. When what they should be doing is just allowing it, right? Be in the present moment. No, be in the present moment to hide from your thoughts, because, you shouldn't be time traveling. The present moment is the only thing that matters. You shouldn't be time traveling in the past, because guess what? Anxiety will get you in the past. You shouldn't be going into the future, because guess what? Anxiety will get you in the future. Well, guess what? Anxiety will get you in the present moment too. So a lot of this shit doesn't make any sense. It's like, let's be in the present moment, because the now is the only thing that matters, so that you don't get triggered and you don't get anxious or you don't have anxiety because of the future, the what if thoughts. You should be able to time travel to the past and to the future with no limits, right? If you have to be in the present moment to hide from your thoughts, right, then you're reaffirming that you're hiding from danger and you're resisting. That's resistance. So what you resist persists. You get more of what you don't want, and the brain keeps it on. So you get more alarms, more thoughts, more feelings. So people, they keep resisting. They're like, no, I don't want to have that. What if I have that thought, won't I be paying attention to it? And won't you grow what you focus on? Okay, well, this is how I see it. If you're trying to avoid something because you don't want to focus on it, because then it grows, because your mind creates your reality, so to speak, right? If you're trying to avoid it, and when we say what resist persists, what happens? You avoid it after, it's still there after 2 months. You avoid it, it's still there after a year. You avoid it, it's still there after 10 years because you've been avoiding it, because what you resist persists, right? Compared to doing the work now, feeling like shit now, feeling triggered, exposing yourself to it, allowing it, right? But neutralizing it and turning the alarm off, and the thought gets neutralized. That might have lasted what? Maximum, doing the work, 3 years. But you're free. You're not a slave to this thought. The thought is gone. Poof. Compare that to, 3 years compared to the rest of your life having these thoughts. How much attention do you think you're putting in when you have these thoughts, when you're paying attention to them for 5, 10, 15, 20 years afterwards, because you're resisting them? So for me, I'd rather put the time in to allow, do the exposure, feel like shit, change my response, right? Instead of surviving through or white knuckling through, we're opening up. Instead of going, go away, get rid of, we don't want this. We're going, no, it's okay. Come, ask for more. Hang out, do your thing. I'm not going to try to get rid of you. And then eventually it calms the system down. The brain goes, oh, that's safe. Look, he's not freaking out. He's not trying to get rid of it. Okay, we can mark that as safe, turn the alarm off, boom. He worked through it. So it's the people that are resisting thoughts, trying to get rid of. Because what are we getting rid of? What? Right? Danger. So the brain goes, well, then we'll keep the alarm on then, because it's dangerous. So you have to be willing to fully allow it, let it do its thing, ask for more, feel it to heal it, face it to erase it, right? And a lot of people assume, well, because it doesn't feel good. You don't want to go towards what you fear. It seems right. That's counterintuitive, but that's the key. The thought, feeling, the anxiety, the symptom, whatever it is, that's your target to go towards, to fully allow it and surrender and process it and go, you know what? Thought, feeling, anxiousness, we're going to allow you to come through my chest, my throat, right? We're going to fully absorb you and allow you to be there and then leave through my back. And while I go engage in life, I'm going to get you to sit on my shoulder. I'm going to make a spot for you at the table for tea, and you're always welcome. Open door policy. So instead of resisting, you need to fully allow. Instead of distracting, acknowledge. Because what's the point of an alarm if you resist it? An alarm is meant to be heard, acknowledged, because it's there to get your attention to the perceived danger. It's doing its job, right? So when an alarm rings, acknowledge it, right? Thank it. Thank you for trying to keep me alive by setting this alarm, but we're going to engage. You can come with me. So there's the one. Next one is trying to get rid of it or trying to feel better when it comes. So you have an anxiousness feeling and people are tapping away, right? Tapping or trying to activate the vagus nerve so that they can feel better at that moment. And when you keep doing that, sure, you might feel better here and there while that thing is coming, but eventually that old program of survival comes back up. So you never get to the root of it. You keep managing. So you have to be willing to stop with the tapping away, activating the vagus nerve away, right? And sit there and sit in the fear of it. Feel uncomfortable. Feel scared. Learn how to be anxious. Sit there in the fear and send a different message instead of freaking out, analyzing it, fixing it, trying to figure it out, ruminating, trying to rush it out the door. Instead, we're going to let it be there, let it do its thing, right? Surrender to it. You're not going to like it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to force to be neutral to it because we're human. Good luck trying to be neutral, but we're changing our response to inviting it in instead of, or going, okay, yeah. It can come in, right? Where we're changing our attitude of safety. We're sending a message of safety while being in the danger instead of sending a message of danger while being in the danger, right? You got to be willing to feel it, to get uncomfortable, right? Be willing to get comfortable with the discomfort. You got to be willing to get discomfortable, ongoing, constantly. Let the fear be the guide, right? Be the target for you to allow and sit in it. Just sit in it. And you know what? The most basic thing that you can do is just give it nothing. Right? Give it nothing. You don't have to do anything big or spectacular. Just by sitting in it, being a curious observer, totally allowing it. And then after 30 seconds to 3 minutes, go engage, go cut the lawn or go back to what you were doing, right? And with that, with repetition over time, their brain sees, oh, okay, well, this isn't dangerous. He's not freaking out. Okay, he's telling us that that alarm shouldn't be on, where he's not in danger, so we're going to turn that alarm off. So be willing to sit in the thoughts, fears, or symptoms instead of trying to get rid of them. Because when you're trying to get rid of something, the brain goes, oh, we're getting rid of danger. All right, get the troops in there, right? There is an intruder. There is danger. There's 18 laggards in the room. We got to support him, right? But all we're doing when we're doing that is reprogramming the survival program. You're the one that's programming it. The reason why we have this survival program with the symptoms, right? The chronic symptoms, the thoughts, the anxiety, is because we programmed it there. Because of life situations that, brought us there, but the way we responded, we didn't recalibrate, we didn't recover by introducing this new program of ease instead of dis-ease. It's not our fault, right? We didn't come with a handbook, but now you have the chance to do it. Now you're going to learn how to do it, right? With watching all the videos, my lives, right? And if you want some help, you can join the membership with me and Sam. Also, I wanted to mention that Sam's been pumping out a lot of guided visualizations for people that are having problems with visualizations. And it's just, in the beginning, it's difficult to get into that routine. So we made a shitload of visuals. There's a couple of them on YouTube, but we're making a lot in the membership. So if you have a problem with visuals, just watch 3 of these a day because they're only like 10, 15 minutes long. And that'll be enough for you to get going. And in a couple of months, when that survival state has come down a bit, right? Because you're sitting at here and we want to get down to here, right? Watch these visuals while you're doing the work because the pillars are all there, the program's there, plus there's group coaching. Eventually, just by watching the visuals that are already made for you, right? Less for you to fucking worry about. You watch them, it brings you down to here maybe, and then you start going, okay, now I got to try. I think I'm ready now. I can do the visuals. And then you take it from there. So there's help available, right? And you're going to start to understand how to act differently when it comes to these symptoms. Not resisting them, not trying to get rid of them. Even allowing you can do wrong, right? I say you want to allow the thoughts and feelings and symptoms. Sometimes people do it wrong also. I did it wrong for a little bit. What did I do? I used allowing as a way to get rid of my symptoms. Yes, I know secretly that's the goal, right? That's the secret. Sure. But we don't say it too loud. But you have to be willing to allow without any strings attached, right? There's no fine print. Because what people are doing, and I did this too. I'm like, okay, I'm doing the allowing. Oh, it's pretty cool. I'm not, like usually when I was allowing something, I would allow it, and some of that energy went from a 10 to a 6. I was like, okay, I can handle the 6. All right, it's not, okay. It sucks, but I can, okay, I can do this, right? But eventually I started using it as a weapon to get rid of my symptoms. And what you're doing is you're trying to get rid of what? Danger again. So the brain goes, no. Well, take some of that energy down, but no. We're gonna keep that alarm on. So you have to be willing to allow something without seeing if it's gone, right? Because what are you doing when you're looking to see if it's gone? You're trying to see if that liger is still there, if the danger's still there, if the coast is all clear, if it's safe. And the brain doesn't take risks. It says, fuck that. He's looking to see if it's gone. No, keeping that alarm on. We're in danger. So this is another thing. You fully allow with no strings attached. Even tell that back pain or that pain that just happened in your shoulder, right? Go, you know what? I want this pain to stay for another 6 months. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're staying. And if you're gone tomorrow, I'm going to be pissed. Right? This is, a total extreme way of taking away the resistance. I always used to go one step further. People would say, just do it like this and just allow it. I'm like, no, no, no. We got to take it 10 steps further. Right? Get mad at the limbic system for having that symptom go away. When we made a deal, I want you to stay for 6 months. Right? Um, so that's a real clear message of fully allowing, going, you know what? You leave when you're ready to leave. No strings attached. I'm not allowing you so that we have a deal that you fuck off. No. I'm just going to allow you with all your ugliness, annoyances. I'm going to let you be. Right? You're going to be my friend. And literally, you do. You have to make friends with your symptoms. They can become a part of the furniture in your room. So you start to build that leverage of indifference. And when you build the leverage of indifference because you're friends with your symptoms, when they go, oh, cool, they go. But when they come back, you're like, oh, you're back. And they go and they come back 1,000 times, and you're like, meh, meh, meh. Right? Aaron Neville, not much, but when you come back, it's all okay. Not me, I'm down here. No. Right? You become Aaron Neville. And then you get to a point where actually when it comes back, you feel reassurance. Like, hey, you, I kind of missed you. I'm happy you're here. Guess why? Because then I don't have to deal with that other symptom. That's just that new symptom I've been dealing with last week. It's driving me crazy. So it's so good to see you. Oh, fuck. So I don't have to deal with it. I got a break. Right? And that's the goal. It's to get to the point of indifference. And the only way to do that is to fully allow, let it do its thing with repetition, let it come in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah, you're going to freak out the first couple of times, but you build from there until you're friends. And then your system starts to calm down because you're not trying to figure out, analyze, trying to get rid of, trying to distract. Because when you do all that shit, that brings an inner battle in your nervous system, right? It puts an inner battle, which brings its survival state up again. And when you're in a survival state, well, guess what? You get alarms ringing. Mayday, mayday. And you get more thoughts, more feelings, more symptoms, mental and physical alarms. And we're back into that cycle. Right? We don't want to do that. We want to allow the old program to die out by itself. Like a cork in water, you absorb it, you allow it, you let it flow through you, let it die out while we introduce the new program of ease. And everything updates, the brain turns off all the alarms, and all the symptoms go away. In time, patience. So, recap. Trying to resist, trying to get rid of, right? Those are the two things. And not be willing to sit in that danger and feel that danger. Right? Why we got to feel good? Why you got to try to get rid of it with doing it, a biohack with activating the vagus nerve over and over and over? What happens when you stop activating? If you don't activate the vagus nerve, what happens? You feel like shit again. So what's the point of that? We want to get to the root. We want to get fully cured. Not have to deal with something, when something comes up, have to do something to stop that feeling. Because then you're going to have to do that every time. Right? I have to do this breath work when this comes, and I have to tap away when this comes, and I have to activate this to get that to go away. It works. But what happens if you don't do that? Well, then I don't feel good. But then I'm anxious. Yeah, but then I'm anxious. Yes, I know. You're going to allow it. Yeah, but then I don't feel good. Okay, how much I tried to allow it, but then I didn't feel it. I felt triggered. Yes. Yeah, but we're not supposed to. No, you are. You need to. Yes, feel triggered. You need to. Yeah, but my symptoms, yes, you feel it sucks. I know. But that's what you need, because these are opportunities. When the symptom comes up, it's an opportunity to update the program by the way you respond to the symptom, right? The symptom screaming at you. You don't like it. You don't have to like it, right? But you allow it. You go, yeah, no, yeah. You do your thing. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go cut the lawn. Come with me, right? Sit on my shoulder, right? I'm gonna cut the lawn. And when you do that with repetition, eventually, in time, when you're doing the work, it pays off here. So just because you have symptoms happening here does not mean that you're not moving towards recovery. So be willing to feel like shit while this is, yes, you're going to be triggered. You're not going to feel good. But a helmet, I feel, yes, I know you feel when you do that thing, when you allow. You have to feel that when you open that door, you're going to feel the old program, but you have to lead in with a new program while you're still feeling that old program that you don't like. But keep going. So there's resisting, avoiding, distracting, and then there's trying to get rid of to feel good. Nobody's ever trying to face or sit with it. Just sit with it. And another thing that I noticed, here's the third part why people get stuck is they're not engaging in life while having the symptoms. It's like another form of exposure, right? All this stuff are different forms of exposure. The examples that I'm giving, 1, 2, and 3, are all forms of exposure and allowing and letting the system update. So people will be like, well, I can't do that thing because then I can't engage in life because then I feel the symptoms. I feel triggered. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what you need. That's prime time. You need to feel triggered. You need to go do that thing and have the anxiety scream at you and keep doing that thing and do that thing every day. Go to the grocery store every day. And when you go there, don't survive through it. Don't white knuckle through it. When you go into the grocery store, don't go, okay, we're about to enter the front door. It's 500 meters, then it's till the exit. We can do it. We have to do it, right? And then you go there, you buy the fucking lettuce, you go to the shortest lane, and you run out, you get into the car, you go, home free, safe, right? And what were you doing there? The whole thing that you did just showed that you survived through the danger. So the brain keeps that alarm. What you did is you reprogrammed it even thicker to survival, right? When we should be, you're going into the store, but we're going to walk in slowly. We're going to walk through some of these aisles. We're going to go look at some of the back of the ingredients of some of these cans. Maybe the can of beans. Go look at the ingredients. Go slow, right? Buy the shit that you want. Go to the checkout and go to the one that's the longest lineup, right? Really torture yourself and allow it, right? Have a conversation with somebody, right? And then when the conversation's almost over, don't check out. Don't be like, all right, thanks, I'm out of here. Thanks, nice talking to you. See you. Go, oh no, how is that? How is Cindy, by the way? Did she get that job, right? Ask some questions. Drag it out. Go to the longest lineup. Don't just peace out. No. Talk, ask some questions, go to the longest lineup, and then when you leave the store, go with your cart, go around the parking lot, and then go to your car. And then slowly put the stuff in your trunk, and then sit in your car and go, all right, we did it. I didn't like it, but I sent a different message. I sent a message of safety. I dragged it out, which is a message of safety. So you got to be willing to expose yourself, to push yourself out, engage in life, and do the things, especially on the hard days. Those are the days that you got to double down on your routine, right? Your schedule, and stick to it no matter what. Because if you give in to these alarms that try to tell you, if your brain goes, yo, listen, this is a hard date. It's okay. You can stay in and self-soothe and curl up in a ball in bed, right? Don't get sucked in because it's going to happen on the Monday. Then it's going to happen again on the Tuesday. And then before you know it, you're never leaving the house. You have agoraphobia and you're back into the old cycle of chronic illness, right? And round you go. What you got to do is think of the hard days that your brain's going, no, you can't go out. You can't leave here. No, this is your safe spot. You got to double down and stick to the routine no matter what. It's prime time, right? That's the word, prime time. Stick to it no matter what. Do it. Right? So those are the main things that I see while people are stuck. There's 3 or 4 of the examples that I gave there. There's supposed to be 3. I think I gave a little bit more. Right? There's lots more, but those are the ones I see more often because people aren't willing to face the discomfort and to feel anxious, to have the anxiety. They're not willing to sit in the fire and the fear and just let it be and let it do its thing and then engage. So, this will help you with repetition and make sure you stick with the path. No matter how hard it is, even after the first, second year, third year, right up to the third year, it was a shit show for me. So symptoms are not an indicator that you're not moving forward. They're irrelevant. It doesn't matter when they show up. And usually near the end, the setbacks are even more intense. So keep that in mind because you're going to need it, because then if you don't and you forget, you'll have the doubt coming in, right? It's like, oh, maybe I did miss something. Maybe there was something wrong with my motherfucker gene. Maybe the mitochondria, maybe I should have detoxed. Maybe there was something that I didn't, the heavy metals, maybe there was something out of, right? And you fall into that and then you quit. That's the last, I don't want anybody quitting. Keep going because you'll get there. As long as you do it, now that's the catch. This is the catch. As long as you do the work, it's hard work. But as long as you do it, you'll get there. You'll recover. But the catch is it's hard. Because you got to be consistent. You can't be wishy-washy. You got to be consistent. And you'll make exorcisms jealous. But as long as you keep doing it, you will get there. I promise you. All right, guys. Let's see if we got any questions. Tuck. Hey, Helmut, thanks again for all your videos. Thank you. And please like, share, and subscribe. You know what? I had a talk with YouTube. I think it was yesterday, and then they mentioned, they're like, Helmut, make sure you get people to subscribe because 70% of your viewers are not subscribed to you. I'm like, what? Shit. Okay. So please give it a like, share, but also subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right? Hit that notification bell so that you guys know when I'm live or when I have content that's out for you guys to check out. My goal is to grow and bring awareness to the mind, body, space so people can get their lives back. That sounded like a drum beat. So people can get their lives back. People get their lives back. Me and Sam have decided to start ramping up some of the more content. I'm going to lay back on the interviews, the success stories, because we got plenty of them there. Right? So I might do one interview a month, maybe once every month and a half. But we're going to be pushing more content, right? With conversations about doubt, fear, setbacks, right? What it's like, this journey's like, and how it's normal because it's a shit show because you're feeling like shit because the symptoms are spiking. We're going to be concentrating about all the things that people can expect while going through this journey, right? That's why it's called Tea in the Trenches. We're in the trenches with you. So I thought, we should be putting more focus on that part. And she's been pumping out more visuals. So check them out. Make sure you check them out and use them because they're there. And watch all the videos, all the content that we have, because that's going to help you understand how to do all this stuff and keep you on track, right? CB, how's it going? Joe G, good morning. Oh, from New Zealand. Oh, I bet you it's so beautiful there. Amazing. Thanks for the chat and all that you're doing. Thank you. How do you grow a beard like that? You just let it go. You just let it go. Viva La Dirt League is from New Zealand. I watch them. Oh, really? I'm going to check that out. Allow. Exactly. It's the only way. Keep on drilling this message. That's exactly. I think you just gave me the synchronicity I was looking for. Keep on drilling this message. And I think that that's what I need to do to focus on that message and make a series just about the word, the allowing and all the angles of allowing, because there's a learning curve, right? And I think we're going to do that. The allowing, the doubt, the fear, right? We're going to be just constantly, and I've also heard people say, Helmut, I don't care if you repeat shit. I need it. I'm like, okay, then I won't, because I used to worry. I'm like, I think I'm repeating stuff too much. People are like, no, keep doing it. Fuck, you could repeat the same shit every day and we'd love it. I'm like, okay, because you need it. I get it. I know. I wish, you know what? I wish I had somebody that was repeating this stuff every day Even if it was the same subject, I would have loved it. Love it. Thank you. Uh, alrighty. I think we got some trolls here. Skeet God and Jizz Janitor Meth Monk Diddy Man. Nice. Thanks for showing up. Did you have any thoughts about the Gupta program? Um, Not too much. I know that I'm kind of neutral about them. I think they're good. They're not as strict, right? I know they're very similar to DNRS and the Lightning process and Primal Trust. A lot of these programs are pretty much it's all pretty much brain retraining. Um, but I'm cool with Gupta, right? We're down, we're down. But I don't know all of the details about that program. I just know the gist. And I'm like, it's a good start. Good start. I tried it, but I'm no better. Yeah, I think it's because people are not doing the exposure of allowing, going towards the fear, and everything I just talked about, right? I feel it was my fault for not being able to apply myself so that, and a lot of people have that with DNRS and some of these other programs. People also, I know, DNRS, they complain because it's either too strict or they felt worse at the 8th month mark because they're resisting their thoughts, and it made the OCD skyrocket and the mental alarm skyrocket. And that's a common trend with people that work in do the DNRS program. And then I have people complaining about Primal Trust because it seems like it's just too much shit. It's overwhelming. It feels like they have to get a PhD in a book this thick, why you're dealing with 70 symptoms and you're just overwhelmed, and it's like putting the gasoline on the fire, right? And there's a lot of these biohacks and that people are trying to do, and they're fixing it and trying to get rid of. And then also there's fear campaigns where if you're not doing this, you're not on the way to recovery. So people, get sucked into paying and just to fix. But then I have heard that people, they've gotten a lot out of Primal Trust. So yeah, there's some good things and some bad things for every program, right? Um, I still think we're the best, but hey, maybe because I'm a Taurus, I think everything. I'm just like that. I'm a little stubborn. I think my shit rocks. That's how it is. And Sam's fucking amazing. So it's the way it is. I am from Canada, Waterloo, Ontario. Thanks for chilling, guys. Want to stay in Walmart with me for 24 hours? Wouldn't that be cool? You can camp out. That'd be amazing. Supplements. My holistic MD had me on hundreds of dollars of them. Still no improvement with CFS. Yeah, you're wasting your money. And obviously, they don't understand how it works, right? Sam, she fully recovered and she was severe with CFS. So we'll do some more CFS videos. And if you want, just join the membership. Wendy, welcome, Wendy. So I don't have nausea for 3 days today. Came back with a vengeance. Do I just allow it? Like, yeah, you're making friends with the symptoms. Be aware of them, see how they act, but keep following the schedule, your routine. Allow it, let it do its thing, and make sure you're doing the work every day, right? Eventually, this is the same shit that happened to me, right? I was engaging in life while feeling nauseous, while doing visuals, I felt nauseous, while doing the dancing, felt nauseous, right? And nausea can get the thoughts going because it's really uncomfortable. I'm never sure if asking for more symptoms is going to make the symptoms worse, but I take it you experience proves now. So if you don't feel comfortable with asking for more yet, all you gotta do is you don't have to do that. You can just allow, right? Just sending a message of 0, right? Asking for more is something that I took extra steps and I was ready for it, and I just fucking like, give me more, fucking yeah. It's like my symptoms became my food, and I was a beast. I was like, but you might not be at that stage yet. So just to start out, just allow, just sit in it, just sit and feel what's there and allow it, and then engage. Good enough, right? Hello, Rockstar. Thank you for these videos. So much help. Thank you, Jojo. I get scared to ask for more. That's fine. If you're not ready to do that yet, don't. Just allow and engage. That's all you got to do, right? And even write it on a post-it note. Write it on a post-it note. Go, all we got to do, right? You can even put 0 and allow. That's it. Because when you're going through this journey, your brain, right, makes you forget everything. So, boom, allow, 0, done. That's all you got to do. Done, right? And it might not go away, but that's okay. Keep doing it. Eventually, you're bringing that survival state down. Oh, you don't like my beard? That's okay. That's okay. You know what? It could use a trim. You're probably right. Hey, Helmut, love your work, dude. Thanks, Emma. Thanks for much of your doing with these amazing videos. Highlight of my day. Oh, fucking right. Me and Sam are going to be pounding some of this stuff out. So I hope you guys get ready. On a real note, would you rather watch a tree grow or a knee grow? Oh, you got me. You got me. Sorry about that. He's probably like, got him. Got him. Hi, Helmut. I'm eating lots of new foods now and shitting my ass off. Love it. But it's nothing like it used to be. You help me realize I can do it, and sometimes symptoms are normal. Love it. Love it, Cindy. Thanks for coming out. And keep going. Sorry for the trolls, guys. Don't tell me what to do. See, another troll. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I don't have a 6-pack. Sorry, guys. Hi, trolls. Welcome. We are allowing you to be here. Yes. The one troll got me pretty good. I was like, I tried to rehearse it in my head and it wasn't working. Like, share, and subscribe. Love it. Oh, love from Bangladesh. Sometimes trolls can be really nice, right? All right. Please read this out. I'm not going to because it sounds like a trap. So happy to catch you live. Thank you, Sherry. Ava. Hey, welcome. You drank 2 pots of what? Coffee? Oh, nice. You got off moonless. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. You've got off the medications. Right? This is great. I had okay, Allison, I had a confrontational combo with my mom the other day through text, and my nervous system acted like I was getting chased by a liger. Yeah. I know the feeling. Happened to me many, many times. You guess what? It still fucking pisses me. When my mom, she can get me going. But especially when I was going through this journey, even a small thing, right? Yeah, you were getting chased by a tiger, and I thought of what you said and started dancing. Love it. Love it. Do you still engage in activities when you're severely fatigued? Well, I'm fully recovered, so I don't get severely fatigued. But when I was dealing with my shit, yes, I never missed a day. Right? Oh, here we go. I tried drinking 2 pots of coffee, decaf, and had no GI issues. 2 pots, man. That's a lot of coffee. But hey, that's awesome. Issues on a day, indifference was on a high compared to a cup of day that I was told causes acid reflux ulcer. Your program works. Thank you. Love it, Sherry. Keep at it though, right? I need to rewatch this video every day. Yeah, you know what? Keep watching my other live stuff and please subscribe. I'm going to try to go live more often, and I still have to find a set time. I know I'm working on it. I do have to find a set time so that people know, no ifs, ands, or buts. How about it's going to be live at blah, 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 right? On this day. Well, my goal is to be live almost every day. So, could you tell you were improving bit by bit over the 3 years, or were you suddenly a lot better after 3? You can tell. Yes, you can tell. But the setbacks are more intense, and you have the doubts that are more intense, right? But you do notice that you're moving forward, and you know you're going to get to the other side, but it's game on. I'm telling you. I'm doing a challenge. Can you play the song Lava Chicken? I don't know. I don't know Lava Chicken. Can you tell when you're going live? Yeah, that's what I'm going to work on. Is your program suited for someone who has mind-body symptoms but is still able to work? Oh, yeah. Of course. Or is it tailored towards more extreme? Everybody. Everybody. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Would you sit on a cactus for $70? No, I wouldn't. It's not worth it. Right? Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And hey, Claude lives. Yo, what's up, Unk? Love it. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. I will be 47. Um, so I don't know if I'm gonna go live tomorrow. We'll see. But yes, that's the goal of the lives, is to keep encouraging people, because it's, we're in the trenches. I'm here to keep you on the journey so you don't quit and keep going. That's my goal. So okay, I will hopefully see you guys on tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. See you Wednesday, guys. Love to love you.